Hey there, people on the internet. I'd like to welcome you to this week's episode of Speak Out and Stand Strong. Due to the fact that I cannot plan my time very well, I am a day late in making this. Sorry. But because of that, I am making this video on September 11th, which, as we know, 11 years ago, that was when there was the terrorist attack in New York City and in Washington and that one field in Pennsylvania and everything that went on with that. And I know I really don't remember anything about it because I was in 10th grade. I was in 2nd grade then. So I remember getting a letter from the First Lady about it, but that's it. And it's kind of sad that people who are my age and younger don't know anything about it. So I'd like to just start the video with just a little moment of silence in remembrance of the victims and their families and the men and women who serve overseas to protect our freedom and all that stuff. So. Alright, thank you guys. I mean, I know it wasn't long, and I know it's not what they deserve, but you don't want to watch a video of me sitting here for 10 minutes being silent, so just pretend it was longer and take it as it was meant. I really respect everyone, all the soldiers and all the firemen and policemen and everyone who had a part in that day and the stuff afterwards. So I have mad respect for them, and wish I could do more than offer a moment of silence over video. Anyway, since I can't, we're going to get into this week's topic, which is the Democratic National Convention. I promise it won't be as bad as last week's video, as I didn't freak out and just go nuts over how their logic doesn't make sense, because I actually agree with a lot of the stuff the Democrats do, so that's good. I'm also going to, instead of just breaking it down into 6 speeches, I'm just going to go in the big themes because a lot of the speakers said the same thing. So first thing I want to talk about is education is a huge thing. Even in just the few weeks I've been here at college, I have learned so much that I wouldn't have been able to learn back home just because of how many different people and everything. But I wouldn't be able to be here if it weren't for all the loans and grants and all that stuff that I'm getting. So, hearing them talk about how they want to, they're going to continue supporting students. The loan program that Obama has put into place it's like you don't pay, you're not paying an exorbitant amount out of pocket. It's based on your salary, which, if I end up not getting a high-end job right out of college, then I'm not going to be scrambling to make ends meet just so I can pay off the loans that I'm sure I'm going to accumulate. Middle-class families don't always have the money to go to the schools they want to go to. So the fact that they're committed to continuing support of education and continuing support of teachers and students and all that is just awesome from my point. Another thing that they talked about was the difference in policies for tax cuts, because I'm pretty sure I don't remember if I mentioned this last week or not, but the Republicans, again, I say Republicans and I say Democrats just because that's how they're labeling it. I'm sure not all Democrats believe this and not all Republicans believe that, but I'm going to use it just because it's easier to label them instead of going, well, most of the Democrats believe this or blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. So the Republicans tend to believe more in tax cuts for the wealthy, which if you want to reduce your deficit and give tax cuts to the wealthy, that doesn't make sense. You don't get money from them if you're cutting the taxes they have to pay. You're not getting any more money in revenue. Giving tax cut, if you're going to do tax cuts, don't do it to the wealthy people and the big business. Something that a lot of the speakers said was how the playing field should be level. Americans don't begrudge people their success, but they do get annoyed when they're not paying their fair share. I'm not overly, like, I can't be mad at Bill Gates for being a millionaire. I can't, or Steve Jobs, or, like, the actors and actresses and the singers that I really like. I can't be mad at them for making a heck of a lot of money, but I can be mad if they don't have to pay an amount that's proportional to what they make, like I would. Except I don't do taxes yet. I'm still my parents, so I don't have to worry about that yet. But, I mean, you know, they're humans, they're American citizens, they should pay the same proportion as everyone else, you know, so I like that. Okay, another thing they talked about was the healthcare plan. I'm bad at understanding the differences between different healthcare, because I've never really had to pay attention to it, even now, although I am reaping benefits of it, because I can be on my parents' plan until 26, which is nice, because otherwise I'd have to be paying extra money to be on the university, because, like, it's required for me to have health insurance to go to college, or at least the college I'm at. So I can either, you know, be on my parents' policy, which doesn't affect it, or I could be on the university policy and have to pay more money. So, you know, that's kind of a cool thing. Let's see what else. What other cool things does it do? One thing he's done is, with the health plan, like, if you have a pre-existing condition, before insurance companies could turn you down, I mean, it's not your fault if you're born with a congenital heart disease, or if you're born with diabetes, or if you end up getting it, or if someone runs you over, or, like, you get in an accident or something, you know. It's not like you wanted to be in an accident, but because you now have complications from it, insurance companies won't take you. That's just dumb. That's not cool. It's not. Like, it shouldn't matter. I mean, yeah, your medical bills are going to be higher, but that means that people should be more willing to help you, you know. Because healthcare should be to help people, not to make money. And a lot of insurance companies don't seem to get that. So I think it's cool that he's making it so insurance companies can't turn you down because of that. Another thing that I really liked where, like, they talked about the issues that I really wanted to hear about. Like, they talked about women's rights, they talked about gay rights, they talked about immigration, which are all, you know, 3 huge issues right now that weren't ever covered at the Republican convention. And pretty much every speaker touched on it, at least a little bit, and, you know, and stated something that, like, pretty much all of them said that women should have the right to, you know, could have a say over what happens to their bodies and their health care, you know, like, they should have the choice between birth control and abortions and all that stuff. Like, they didn't actually say it, but that's what it means, you know, like, therefore giving women the choice of how they want to deal with all that stuff, which is definitely awesome. Let's be honest, I do not want some bigwigs in Washington telling me what I can and can't do with my body, because it's mine. It is. It doesn't belong to anyone in Washington, no matter, you know, what laws they pass. It's mine. So, you know, I should get a say in it. And then with gay rights, a lot of them, like, you know, they have, like, Obama and Biden and Michelle Obama and all that stuff, they've all come out already, like, they've already said they support it. They support equal rights, they support gay marriage, they support all that stuff. But it was nice hearing them in the convention saying that you should have the same rights as everyone else, no matter who you love. And I think it was Michelle Obama was talking about the people that she admired, and one of them, like, for their courage, and one of the examples was someone who was standing at the altar with who they love, no matter what gender they are, which is cool. You know, mad respect for Michelle Obama. Seems to be good. I don't know what it is about both the current First Lady and the possible next First Lady, however you want to describe that, whichever. The 2 possibilities for our next First Lady. I don't know what it is about them, but I really like them. Except I like Michelle's husband better than Anne's. But anyway, sorry. So, you know, that's definitely progress, and we're moving in the right direction with that, so I like that. And they also talked about immigration a little bit. Like, they didn't completely cover illegal immigrants or the border control or all that stuff, but they did talk about dreamers, which are children who either come with their parents who are immigrants, like legal or illegal, I guess, or kids who are born here, that, you know, they go to school here, they grow up here, this is all they know, so they shouldn't be deported. We should support them like any American child, which just blows my mind that is kind of the stance that they were all taking, because it's a huge thing for a lot of politicians to think that. So it's just awesome. And then one thing that I really liked that Bill Clinton talked about a bunch was how politicians need to stop fighting, like the infighting between the two different parties. Instead of trying to show that the Republicans are better, or that the Democrats are better, or like trying to get votes, they should be trying to work together to solve the problems. And, you know, I said that last bit, you know, that's kind of my point, is you can't, even like you're two different parties, you believe two different things, but you should be able to put those differences, like leave those differences at the door and come up with the best solution possible for the American people. Like, it doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter, like, what I believe. If I'm talking with someone who believes the exact opposite of me, but, you know, we're trying to reach a common goal, we'll find a common goal. Like, it's not, you can't just give up on something because you have such different opinions. You can't just keep bashing your heads against each other. That's just counterproductive. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't get anything done. You don't fix problems, you just create them. So, you know, he was kind of calling for the politicians that are currently in an office and that are running to just, you know, you need to stop acting like your children who are fighting over a toy. You know, you need to leave your egos at the door. You need to figure out your problems with each other, but, you know, work together, figure this crap out, because you're not going to do it if you're fighting, you know. So yeah, I think that's it. So I did my best to keep it short, sweet, to the point, but one thing I'd like to say is that, you know, don't take my opinions and views and treat them as law, because, you know, I fully acknowledge that people believe different things that I do. It happens. We're human. We all have opinions, you know. So don't watch these videos and go, oh, okay, yeah, that's how things are. It's how I see the world and how I see things. So, you know, don't let this stuff completely influence how you see the world. Be your own person, you know. Do all that stuff. It's awesome. It's fun being yourself. So, you know, don't let the media influence you, and in the same respect, don't let me influence you into believing something that you don't. It's cool if you disagree with me. I'm alright with it. You know, I accept it. It's not a big deal. So, you know, just keep that in mind with everything. Like, not just with this, like everything you see and do. Don't take what you hear at full value. Be sure to, you know, start questioning things. Start asking questions. Start asking why or how. Or, like, why is he doing this, or how can we fix it, all that stuff. Just start asking questions and learning more and make educated decisions. That's how we fix the mess that this country's in. It's just education and information. So if you want to let me know what you think, just, you know, leave comments down below, or on the Facebook page, which Speak Out, Stand Strong, except there's spaces in it. I'll attempt to put the link in the bottom. I also have now finally unprivatized my Twitter, so you can follow me there if you want. It's just my first name _ my last name, then 94. So it should be right up there. Also, and then I'll put it in the description. So, you know, just be nice, be cool, don't be a pain in the butt to each other, you know. This is a discussion, it's not for arguing. Keep everyone who was involved in 9/11 in your thoughts and in your prayers. Yeah, so that's it for this week. I will, hopefully next week, I will actually upload this on Monday. My name's Winnie Dias, and I will see you all next week. Peace.